Guys, welcome back. This is going to be the first episode in our new series, Alchemy of Art. I just want you guys to go ahead and grab whatever it is that you need if you're going to be painting along with me. I have blacked out my canvas because I have a rough idea of something that I'd like to create today. You can just grab scrap paper. You could feel free to follow along with me if you want to. Just whatever it is that you'd like to do. So in the beginning of this, I'm just going to invite you guys to go ahead and sit somewhere comfortably. You could light a candle if you want to. I have these little ones right here, and I got this cute little owl today. But just go ahead and sit down somewhere that you feel safe, you feel comfortable, and you feel you won't be interrupted, at least for I don't know, however long this lasts. So the first thing that we're going to do is, if you're comfortable, put your feet flat on the floor. Take one hand, lay it on your chest. Take your other hand, lay it on your stomach. And from here, you're just going to start becoming aware of your breath. So for your first breath, breathe in through your nose slowly. Hold it for a few seconds. And then exhale through your mouth. You can repeat this as many times as you'd like to. I'll give you guys a few seconds to just breathe. Okay. Now, if you'd like to, you could lay your hands in your lap. We're going to start to bring our attention from our breath to our body. So let's begin at the head. And all you're going to do here is just notice how it feels. If there's any discomfort, if you have a headache, if there's any pain, just take note. And we'll go down to the neck and the shoulders, doing the same thing, just paying attention to what your body is saying to you, whether about how it feels, if there's any kind of tension, if you feel worried. Emotions can come up while you're doing this as well. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to get rid of them. Just pay attention to what they're saying. And then we'll keep moving down. So now we'll go to the chest area, lower to the stomach, the hips, legs, and then feet. And if your feet are still firmly planted on the floor, you can push up onto your toes a few times and then drop your feet back down. Just do it a few times. Really just paying attention to whatever surface is underneath you and the sensation that it feels when you drop your feet very suddenly. What does it feel like to just drop them? Just do it a few times. And from here, if you want, you can just tap your fingers, you can shake them out. go like this a few times. And then I would invite you to just shake. Shake your arms, shake your shoulders, roll your shoulders a few times, maybe roll your neck a few times. And then take your shoulders and bring them up as close to your ears as you possibly can. And really, really, really push here. And then drop. And do it again. Bring them up and drop. And one more time, up and then drop. You might start to notice from here, you have more awareness. Your thoughts might have slowed down slightly, and if not, that's okay. There's no pressure for this to be automatically effective. That's not really the point. Just try to stay grounded in your body as best as you can. And throughout this exercise, if you notice that your mind is racing, sometimes this is when you'll see me like with a brush and I'm just like doing this, just really getting out my emotions in some way. Obviously, I do that a lot too when I'm making clouds, which is what I'm going to be making today. And maybe that there's like a pattern there. I don't know. So anyway, from here, just start to notice what it is that is bothering you. Close your eyes and just think about how it feels in your body. Where do you notice it? If you start to feel like afraid, if you start to feel angry, if you're feeling let down or sad about something, where in your body do you immediately notice that feeling? Usually I will feel it at the very upper part of my stomach first. It's like a jolt of anxiety, kind of like that feeling you get when you're like really high up on something and you swing down really fast. So just pay attention to it. Then I want you to sort of just envision this emotion as this ball of color. You can close your eyes, and if you're anything like me, I cannot actually visualize things in my mind at all. So I usually have to do this in terms of like feeling versus like a visual, thing. But if you're able to visualize something, just picture this emotion, like you're holding it in your hands and it's a color. And then, what color is it? What does it feel like? What does the color feel like to you? What does it remind you of? And then I want you to, for a second, just imagine what it would be like to take this ball of color and transform it into something else. So what is something else that you know that is the same color as that? Is there something that immediately kind of strikes you or pops into your mind? And if not, again, it doesn't matter. We can get to that just when you start painting. But just for a second, let your imagination kind of go. Let it imagine anything that you could create, what it would be like, what it would feel like, especially to just relieve yourself of this ball of emotion that we've made, right? And picture we're turning it into something new. And what would that feel like for you emotionally if this thing no longer had power over you, even if just for a few moments? So from here, if you're ready, you can grab your paint, your pencils, your markers. If you're writing, if you're having me on in the background, whatever it is that you're doing. And if I am in the background, I would at least invite you to take a few deep breaths if you feel comfortable doing that. I'm going to use some red on top of my blacked out canvas here. And right now specifically, I don't have anything super in particular that I'm like painting out. This is more like excitement, I would say. I guess that makes a lot of sense with red too. And it's funny how that'll end up happening. You'll start to notice, like I said, these patterns popping up in the colors that you're kind of subconsciously choosing for your feelings. And I don't know, it's really cool. So go ahead and grab whatever it is that you need. And if you aren't following along here and you're just kind of going based on how you feel, which I really strongly would advise you guys to do. I don't mind if you want to do this with me, but I think it would probably be more helpful for you guys if you let it kind of come naturally, if you're able to. And if that's the case, if you've had some sort of feeling that you want to put on and you have that ball of color, and if not, take a few colors out that just speak to you in some way. Like look at them. You can even like line them up. Sometimes I do this too. And just notice where your eyes are naturally drawn to. Take a few, put a few out on like a little palette or whatever, and just pick one and start. And we're just going to start. And during this part of this, I have never really tried to talk all that much while I'm doing this. My mind kind of just completely empties while I do this. It's one of the reasons that I really, really love painting so much too, is because it's just so quiet in there, which is not typical for my brain in any way. But definitely just start to let yourself slow down. You'll just start to feel everything kind of slowly melt away. Like I could barely finish that sentence. Okay. And again, it does not matter what this looks like. What's way more important here is just how are you feeling while this is coming out? Just pay attention, just notice. I'm gonna grab another color. I need some yellow, I think. I'm sorry guys too. Obviously I know my arm keeps getting in the way of this. I'm just going to slowly blend. Also, during this, you might start to find or feel your mind wandering. Sometimes your thoughts can still try to take back over, and that's okay. And if that happens, just allow yourself to notice it and then go right back. Go right back to painting. This got really, really stuck on here. Sometimes that happens though. I can get it off. I have a circle under here for my moon, but my sticker is stuck. If I can get it off. Anyway, guys, sometimes things like this just happen, things like this just happen in life, and things don't always turn out perfectly. I think this is an exercise in that and just letting go, letting things happen how they're gonna, as best as you can. If I can get this off of here. Someday. Oh man. We're getting somewhere slowly. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. Now that my fingers are sufficiently yellow and papery. Okay, now there's my little fan brush. I'm just going to take some of these same colors that I had, and we will right in the center. We're going to take some red and just blend it in the sides a little bit here. Here. Okay, we're kind of getting some clouds. And now I just want a little bit more of like a sort of, I don't know, like fluffed out look, I guess. I could not think of what word I wanted there. That's the other thing too, guys. Yeah, when I'm doing this, it's like I'm just really not allowing my brain to think too much about it. Like I have sometimes a general idea of what I'm going to make, especially if it's like something that I'm channeling for you guys. But sometimes even then, I start painting and I look at it and I'm like, what is this? I don't know. And it's easy, I think, even for something like that to just feel worried or concerned or like, I don't know, even anxious sometimes. And it's not a big deal. It can just be whatever it's going to be. And that's okay. Okay, no more raisins. No, you can't have any more raisins. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I have my son here with me. All right, so I gotta blend this really quick. I guess I'll just use the back of this. Now, I'm just going to kind of keep blending this way. I mostly just want like the brightest parts of this to be up around here if I can. Shouldn't be blending backwards, but yeah. While you guys are doing this, just, notice whatever colors that you're drawn to, that you seem to be choosing, and any other thoughts, or if there's certain things that come up like feelings, just pay attention to them. Just notice. But try not to dwell. If it starts to get really difficult to like focus on what you're doing, go back to your breath for a few minutes. Take a little pause. You can breathe. And afterwards, see if you can kind of run yourself back through what we did at the beginning, even, and just go again. And when you do that, it does start kind of slowly retraining your brain to be in this more still space. It definitely takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. More in. Yeah, okay, that's better.
Mom, can I do one of Koida Bedo too?
In a little while, you can do a painting too.
Yeah, and then put it my Ow! I fell! I
Okay. That's the other thing too, guys. Like when I really get into this, it's just so relaxing. And I really have. I've just kind of forgotten where I am, what I'm doing. And that's just the feeling that I'm trying to bring back to all of us who have spent too long not being able to be at peace. And I don't even know what this is, but it's very fun to paint. When you guys are ready and you've painted, whatever you have, just sit for a few moments and really take it in. Sorry if you can hear that. That's my son with his milk. Anyway, when you're done with this, guys, look at the colors. Just try to take them in as much as you can and really remind yourself that whatever it is that came out here, this is a transmutation of your pain. Or, like I said, in my introduction video, like a manifestation of whatever it is that you're excited about, you're passionate about. It can be anything, like I mentioned in the other video. I won't go into that again, but especially for the places that you're hurting, whatever you've brought out here, this is now you reframing it. This is you reclaiming it, taking it back and turning it into something else. And it's a visual reminder that every time you see it, you've made a little bit of progress. And it's not going to probably feel like it, at the very beginning. But the more that you do this, I promise that this does really make a change that you'll feel over time. So I'm really glad for all of you who watched with me and painted and did whatever else that you were, doing during this. And next Sunday, I will be back and we will do part 2 of this and just continue on for however long you guys like. And if you have reached it this far, let me know, if you feel comfortable, in the comments what color came to you during that beginning exercise. And if you'd like to share more, feel free. But maybe this could even just be like our little thing between us that we do that doesn't have to give too much away. If that feels better, just let me know. So I'll see you guys again next Sunday, and I look forward to all of you being here.